Hey, what's up, good people? How you doing? Welcome back to Stock Up with Larry Jones. You guys already know to hit that like, subscribe, and the notification bell. I have no voice left, so that's why I went to this mic. And listen, there's a lot to get into. Let's just go and get started right now. All right, so listen, today is brought to you by Moomoo. Moomoo, go ahead and get 8.1%, which is insane, by just depositing as little as $100. But if you deposit $1,000, you're going to get 15 free stock, fractional shares, but $5 is going to get you, $100 is going to get you 5 free shares, okay? That's our sponsor today. That's going to be the second link below. All right. Now, we have a lot to talk about, but I have something very, very important to talk about at the end of this. On Tuesdays, I'm just gonna call it Teachable Tuesdays, because there is a lot that need to be discussed that's gonna help you with wealth. What was happening yesterday with GME and AMC. I think I said GMC and AMG or whatever yesterday. You guys caught me, man. Y'all clowned me yesterday. All right, but look, we can see they cooled off a little bit. Not a lot. They cooled off a little bit today. You have to go to yesterday's video to see what I think about these. I stand by what I said. Set your stop losses. I never said sell. I just said set your stop losses. It's simple. And move your stop losses up in profit. There was someone in the Patreon yesterday asked me, hey, I trust your judgment. I said, I can't tell you to sell a hold, sell, or buy. But what I can tell you is that I believe that right at open, it'll probably sell off a little, which it did. All right. And so he made a comment, which I pinned on yesterday's video. I got stopped out. Now, someone laughed at that. So I'm going to deal with a few ignorant comments. Now, ignorance is really it's not a condescending word. That just means that you just don't understand, right? Now, ignorant, that means you just ignorant, for those of you that know what that means. All right. So we're here to learn together. Okay. I don't have a crystal ball. I don't know everything, but I do know how to make money. All right. So let's see what's going on today. Dow jumps 200 points as investors try to shake off sluggish start to June. Okay. So now here's what I want to talk about real briefly. We're going to just put this on right now. And I want you to listen, because everything right now, we had we had more job numbers today. They were actually pretty good. But I want you to hear what people are thinking. I agree with this gentleman as it pertains to rate cuts.
Okay, so let's just game this out. Next meeting, June, no cut.
Correct.
July, no cut.
I don't think so, unless something shocking happens, surprising happens.
September.
I think September is the first month where a cut is a possibility, but I think the Fed would need to see at least a few more months of improvement in inflation. If they see it, September is possible. It's hard to make accurate predictions right now, and I think if I'm at the Fed, I'm more in the risk management business, not the prediction business. And the concern they have is they want to see more sustained improvement, and the other concern they have, if they cut too early and you see a softening and in financial conditions and further appreciation, that could actually fuel stronger growth, consumer spending. So they're trying to thread that balance. And I think the next move is likely to be down, not up, but the timing is uncertain.
So we just had PCE that was in line, all right? And then I believe we get another one in June, all right? And the Fed really needs to see about 3 months of consistency that shows that inflation is trending downward, right? And not sticky. So if he lowers the interest rates too soon, he doesn't want to get sticky inflation or stagflation, right? That is horrible. That is absolutely actually worse in most cases. All right. So that's what everything is predicated on right now as far as the overall market. Josh and I discussed on yesterday. I always use the word could because no one has a crystal ball. We could see a 10% pullback. And if we don't, I'm glad. But we could see a 10% pullback. And the reason I talked about it on yesterday, that's not the end. I do believe that we will have a swing back in this election year before the end of the year, right? And then next year is when I'm more worried, Q1, Q2. Now, that may change from now until Q1. Anything could happen. I'm just like the Fed. I'm data dependent. But this is going to affect everything: your stock, your crypto, all of your plays, your DCA, your $5 a day cup of coffee is going to affect anything. So now more than ever, we have to pay close attention to the market and what's happening on a daily basis. All right. Let's go over this right quick. As we can see, Palantir is up over 4% today, and Palantir is one of the small cap growth stock that I'm investing in, and it is one that I'm actually going to show you the position that I am in. And for those that's in the Patreon, you saw me play the Qs. We did a call on the Qs. A lot of times, last time I was here, I believe it was Friday of last week, you guys saw me do a put on the Qs. So we make money going down and we make money going up. What is the Qs? The Qs is you follow the NASDAQ. It's actually the NASDAQ 100 QQQ really traces, all right? It tracks, right? Excuse me, good people. These allergies are tearing a brother up today. But if you want to really learn how to do that, then go ahead and take Stock Up You. Literally just one move will double the amount of the class if you learn how I do that with my momentum trading. For those of you that do have the class, the FOMC meeting is coming up again, right? I want you to go back to the class that you've already purchased this valuable information in there. And what I did on the last FOMC meeting, I live traded and I uploaded it to the class. So when the FOMC meeting comes, you should make money. You should make bank. I want you guys to start looking at that chapter right now so you can be prepared before the FOMC meeting comes. Here's one of the plays I got into today. Now, it went way higher. This was literally probably 2 minutes after I got into the play, we were up by 20, and then within 25 minutes we were up by 30%, and it just kept running on up. And I had to go to the dentist. I made a quick $600. A lot of the followers on Patreon did the same, and some played with more, some played with less. But learn a new skill so you can make money, right? Just that one play would have paid for the class. That's not the big deal. The big deal is you have the tools to know how to fish now. You don't want to just come here and get fish, right? You want to learn how to fish. I don't care if you buy the class or not. Just learn a new skill. That's what I'm telling you. Learn a new skill so when the market does turn around and go down, you'll learn how to do puts and or short the market. See, we make money whether the market is going up or whether the market is going down, because that's what the big boys do also. Let me share with you a few more things. This is the portfolio. This is the portfolio that I made to share with you guys. As you can see that the Palantir calls that I have are up, and this was a patience play. It literally and it's going to continue to take patience. I'm in two separate positions, but sometimes high options, sometimes the one that has the unusually high activity is not the best play. And so people always ask, why do you pick the dates that you pick? Because this one has, the other one has high activity. Well, that doesn't mean it's going to perform the best, right? So as you could see, my Palantir calls are up. A lot of you guys are in this play. MicroStrategy was struggling, but I'm still up 17%. Mara is up 7%, and all of that came today. And as you can see, CleanSpark is down by 1% at the time of filming this, But the Clean Spark, remember, I DCA'd into these positions $100 a day, okay? But Clean Spark, there were days where I went in a little heavier. Clean Spark was actually down by 8%, all right? And so sometimes we just have to have patience in these plays, right? And so I'm into a lot of plays. I kind of share with you guys strategies so you can make your own money, not just in the plays that I am in. You can take these skills and find other plays. And lastly, all right, good people, this is what I want to talk about. It's going to seem like I'm beating someone up, but you know what? You come here to this page and you make a comment, just get ready. They seem to always be right with their predictions, but yet are not the richest people in the world, right? How can two people be so right but not super rich? You guys see that? Now, you guys know this is the wrong page to make a comment like that. You guys see that, right? Not super rich. There's two things I want to say to you. Number one, you don't know how much money I got, right? Number two, what does rich look like? This is what I want to tell. I don't even know your age, but I already know you're young and you're uneducated. And I want to help. What I'm going to say is not to rebuke you, but what I'm going to say to help you, right? Now, listen, I spoke in Virginia and DC Sunday. And when I spoke in Virginia, there were some graduates, and I get paid to speak in big arenas. I get paid to speak on stages. I didn't get paid for this. I didn't ask for a dime. I came. Not only did I go, but I actually left money for all of the graduates. It wasn't a big chunk of money, but to some it was. But I do that often. I have already given away what I used to make in a year, right? So this is what I value. The more God gives me, allows me to get, the more I increase my giving, right? That's the principle that I believe. Now let's speak to the rich thing. Number one, you don't know how much money I got. You really don't. Because I don't wear it, I don't flash it, right? And I'm telling you right now, if you think being rich is having a Bugatti, right? Having a nice whip, what color Lambo you're getting, I can afford a Lamborghini. I can go get one tomorrow and pay for it cash. But what am I going to do with a Lamborghini, right? I'm just telling you right now. It's what you value. And I'm just saying that right now. It's what you value. A Lamborghini doesn't mean nothing to me. I've been flying Southwest forever and a day. If you see Larry on Southwest and you go, that look like Larry, but it might not be him. It was me. I fly Southwest. My wife flies free because of the points I've racked up. Let me tell you something. Over 80% of the NFL players that you watch will wind up broke and in debt and definitely in trouble with the government. I would tell you that 80% of the rappers that you see are broke and everything they have is rented. Their whole life is rented. All right. I don't worry about finances, but I'm telling you that I had the opportunity of knowing and sitting with someone that was worth his net worth was $7 billion. He was in Forbes every year. And if he walked in the room, you wouldn't know him, right? No fancy whip and had blue jeans on, right? I'm going to tell you right now, occasionally I shop at Ross like a boss, right? I come out with my Ross bags, okay? Because I ain't trying to impress you. I'm building wealth. And I take my money and from my companies and I reinvest it. I'm trying to be a different example than anybody else on this platform. So if you think being rich or they don't look rich, or you got to understand what rich is. Me being able to do something for others is the rich. Now, don't get it twisted. I like to make money and I like to build wealth, but it's what you're going to do with it. So if you think buying a big fancy whip all of the time that's it, or a big fancy house, what in the world do I need with a 10, 12,000 square foot house? What do I need with that? Ain't no kids in this house. So you do what you want to do with your money, but I can guarantee you're going to wind up broke, whoever made this comment. And I'm saying this to help you. Don't judge a book by its cover, okay? It enters into the area of classism, and I can't stand classism. I hate it, okay? So I'm saying this to educate everyone. Treat people right. You never know who they are. And I will tell you 90% of the places I go, I am the 1% in the room, but they will never know it. All right? So it's not what you make, it's what you do with it. The good book says it is more blessed to give than to receive. Why? It's more blessed to be in the position of the giver and not the receiver. That's why. You got to have something to give something, okay? So I'm asking you, leave me a comment. This is really the reason why I'm making this whole video. I want you to leave me a comment, everyone that's listening to me. Are you going to be a giver or a receiver? It is time for us to get off of the financial welfare train that the institutions set us up for and be in the position of the giver by building wealth. That's what my legacy is. That's why I travel all over this country and all over the world now to get this message out. All right. So I hope you learned something that made this comment. Never, don't do that. Don't say they don't look rich. They don't look, you don't know how much money Josh gives, right? You definitely don't know how much money I give. And I have given a lot of money since 2020. Gladly, happily, to youth centers. Okay. I'm not going down the list, but all I know is that every time I'm a blessing to someone else, God replenishes it. And sometimes God replenishes it tenfold, right? So I don't care about what everybody else is doing. I will continue to be me, all right? We're going to learn how to make money, but we also going to learn how to live good lives. I love you guys. Pray for these allergies. They tearing me up, but this too shall pass. Live, love, laugh, and learn.